Hey, my name is Sandeep Tekchandani. I'm the founder of Sandeep.mba and welcome to my GMAT video lesson. In this video lesson, we'll study discrete probability. We'll start with its basics. Then we will learn what are mutually exclusive events. What do you mean by independent events? And eventually, we will learn the multiplication rule for independent events. So let's start with the basics. Many of the ideas discussed in my preceding video lessons are important to the study of discrete probability. Discrete probability is concerned with experiments that have a finite number of outcomes. Given such an experiment, an event is a particular set of outcomes. Let me explain this with the help of an example. Rolling a dice with faces numbered 1 to 6 is an experiment. That experiment has 6 possible outcomes. The 6 possible outcomes are the 6 numbers. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. One event in this experiment is that the outcome is 4 and it is denoted by the number 4 in curly brackets. Another event is that the outcome is an odd number. The odd numbers are 1, 3, and 5 that are in these curly brackets. The probability that an event E occurs is denoted by P bracket E, and probability is always a number between 0 and 1 inclusive. Please make note of the following. The probability of any event can never be less than 0. In simple words, the probability of any event can never be negative. The probability of any event can never be more than 1. In simple words, the probability of an event is always a number between 0 and 1 inclusive. Let's continue with more basics. Impossible event. If the event E has no outcomes, then the probability of E is 0 and it is called an impossible event. Certain event. If E is the set of all possible outcomes of the experiment, then E is certain to occur and the probability of E is equals to 1. Uncertain event. Otherwise, E is possible but uncertain and the probability of E is greater than 0 but less than 1. If F is a subset of E, then the probability of F is either less than the probability of E or equal to the probability of E. Equally likely events. In the rolling a dice example, if the probability of each of the 6 outcomes is the same, then the probability of each outcome is 1 upon 6 and the outcomes are said to be equally likely. For experiments in which all the individual outcomes are equally likely, the probability of an event E is the number of outcomes in E divided by the total number of possible outcomes. In the rolling a dice example, the probability that the outcome is an odd number is the probability of getting the numbers 1, 3, and 5. So the number of outcomes in E is 3, 1, 2, and 3, divided by the total number of possible outcomes, which is 6, which is equals to 3 upon 6. Therefore, our answer will be equals to 1 upon 2. Given an experiment with events E and F, the following events are defined. Not E is the set of outcomes that are not outcomes in E. E or F is the set of outcomes in E or F or both. That is E union F. E and F is the set of outcomes in both E and F. That is E intersection F. The probability that E does not occur is the probability of not E is equals to 1 minus probability of E. The probability that E or F occurs is as follows. Probability of E or F is equals to probability of E plus probability of F minus probability of E and F. Please note that we are using the general addition rule of sets in this case. For the rolling a dice example, if E is the event that the outcome is an odd number and F is the event that the outcome is a prime number, then the probability of P and F is equals to the probability of getting the numbers 3 and 5. 3 is an odd number as well as a prime number. 5 is also an odd number as well as a prime number. So we have two such possible outcomes. And the total number of outcomes is 6. Therefore, my answer will be equals to 1 upon 3. And so probability of E or F is equals to probability of E plus probability of F minus probability of E and F, which is equals to 3 upon 6 plus 3 upon 6 minus 2 upon 6. 3 upon 6 plus 3 upon 6 will give me 6 upon 6. 6 upon 6 minus 2 upon 6 is 4 upon 6, which is equals to 2 upon 3. Please make a note of the following. The event E or F is E union F. And E union F is equals to 1, 2, 3, and 5. Therefore, the probability of E F is equals to the number of outcomes in E or F upon the total number of outcomes. The number of outcomes in E or F is 1, 2, 3, and 5. So we have 4 possible outcomes upon 6. Therefore, 4 upon 6 is equals to 2 upon 3. In this slide, we will study mutually exclusive events. If the event E and F is impossible, that is, E intersection F has no outcomes, then E and F are said to be mutually exclusive events. And the probability of E and F is 0. Then the general addition rule is reduced as follows. The probability of E or F is equals to probability of E plus probability of F. Please note that this is the special addition rule for the probability of two mutually exclusive events. In this slide, we will study independent events. Two events A and B are said to be independent if the occurrence of either event does not alter the probability that the other event occurs. Let me explain this with the help of an example. When I roll a dice, let A is equals to 2, 4, 6 and let B is equals to 5, 6. Then the probability that A occurs is the number of outcomes in A divided by the total number of outcomes. The number of outcomes in A is 3 and the total number of outcomes is 6. Therefore, our answer is equals to 3 upon 6, which is equals to 1 upon 2. While presuming B occurs, the probability that A occurs is as follows. The number of outcomes in A intersection B divided by the number of outcomes in B. The number of outcomes in A intersection B is just 1, which is the number 6. And the number of outcomes in B is 2. Therefore, our answer is equals to 1 upon 2. Similarly, the probability that B occurs is as follows. The number of outcomes in B divided by the total number of outcomes. The number of outcomes in B is 2 and the total number of outcomes is 6. Therefore, our answer is equals to 2 upon 6, which is equals to 1 upon 3. While presuming A occurs, the probability that B occurs is as follows. The number of outcomes in B intersection A divided by the number of outcomes in A. The number of outcomes in B intersection A is just 1 because of the number 6, and the number of outcomes in A is 3. Therefore, our answer is equals to 1 upon 3. Thus, the occurrence of either event does not affect the probability that the other event occurs. Therefore, A and B are independent. Please make note of the following multiplication rule for independent events E and F. For the independent events E and F above, the probability of E and F is equals to probability of E times probability of F. And finally, it follows from the general addition rule and the multiplication rule that if E and F are independent, then probability of E or F is equals to probability of E plus probability of F minus probability of E times probability of F. So let's just summarize. What did we learn in discrete probability? We started with its basics. Then we learned mutually exclusive events. What are independent events? And finally, we learned the multiplication rule for independent events. I hope my video lesson was clear and it will help you to crack each and every discrete probability question that will appear in your exam. That is all, my friends. If you found my video lesson helpful, then you should go to sandeep.mba for more information on the GMAT, how to prepare for the GMAT and applying to business schools. You should also click on that like button and let me know in the comments which topics you would like me to cover in my future video lessons. And of course, if you have not yet subscribed, then go ahead and click on that bell so that you'll get notified about my future video lessons. All the best.